Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the barn, and today we are kicking off a trilogy of reviews for a trilogy of films. In this case, the Planet of the Apes: Rise, Dawn, and War for the Planet of the Apes. And we'll start right at the very beginning. I think this film benefits greatly from the low expectations the idea of another reboot to a talking ape franchise creates. I know I personally had no clue what this movie was going to do, and even less clue of how it was going to do it. Add in my pre existing knowledge of the trilogy dynamic, and coming in, I was rolling the dice on my enjoyment of this film. Though the shock may come from the low expectations, I can safely say that it was shockingly incredible. Let's just get the regular stuff this movie nailed out of the way. The cinematography, special effects, music, and even performances were all surprisingly great. The way the film palpably speeds up little by little until it comes to a conclusion roaring full throttle is an excellent use of a tight 90-minute runtime. I think what makes this film so amazingly special is not just its inclusion of intelligent apes, but the way the plot focuses almost entirely on them, and in particular Caesar. Caesar is the anchor around which the whole film comes together. Without him, this wouldn't have been half the experience. Every time I looked at him, I was dumbfounded at the intelligence so apparent on his face. And what Caesar is to the film, so his face is to his character. And here comes the incomparable Andy Serkis, making history again as he and a visual effects team on the cutting edge bring another unlikely character to life. It is that life, that look in Caesar's eyes, the way he twirls a twig between his fingers, his focus and his piercing stare create a riveting new protagonist for a unique and incredible story. And that was all that needed to be done. From the get-go, I was completely invested in Caesar's story, and wonder of wonders, I found myself much more invested and much more interested in his scenes that contain no dialogue than the scenes with the human characters. Caesar's journey is riveting to watch as he uses his wits to gain more and more control of himself, his fellow apes, and the humans around them. I was just blown away. My jaw dropped when Caesar says his first word, and I was struck in his final scene with James Franco to see that he was standing just as straight and tall as his former caregiver. To expound on that scene and the gripping third act, Rampage, another great achievement of this film is bringing Caesar to his ultimate destiny as head of the new tribe of intelligent apes. It's a great sci-fi achievement to make such a foreboding event as apes striking back as one that is made as a strike for justice. I can't wait to see how this is all fleshed out more in the next two films, and yet this movie walks the line. Caesar must leave behind that bad, but also the good things humans have done for him, and at least to this point, he is by no means perfectly commendable in all his actions. Though the human touch in his character does lend him compassion, an essential step on the path to humanity, as it were. All in all, this is excellent science fiction that uses its unique angle to tell an engaging and enthralling story, rather than explore philosophical themes too deeply, and that is completely fine by me. Man, I didn't see that coming. What an incredible ride.